Hi, this is Alex Tran, and this is the Plenty of Paws app demo. So I'm going to show you the iOS app first, and then I'm going to um, set up the entire backend and front end and show you how to set it up on your machine to run it so you can evaluate it better. Right now, it is using our live database on Heroku. So this is, if you go to this URL specifically, oh, shoot, let's go to Safari. If you paste that inside your browser, you should get back a giant JSON object. And because this right now is using our live database, but the one on the GitHub is not. So I'm gonna hit play here and get that down, that simulator up and running. So this is the phone here. I'm gonna make a new folder called Plenty of Paws. Rename Plenty of Paws. Alright, so as it boot up, just give it a second. Well, it boot up, let me give you a little bit of a backstory on how we came up with this idea. So we were on our way to Kansas City from Fayetteville, Arkansas. It was a 3-hour drive and it was 6 a.m. and we didn't really prepare much for the hackathon. So you have to come up with an idea for the hackathon, and on that drive, one of our team member come up with Plenty of Paw, which is a dating app for dogs. So the iOS app is there to help you, to help the adopter. I don't know what to call the person that adopting the dog get a better view, get a better understanding, or get a better get a better picture of what living with this dog would be like. So we try to make it as beautiful as possible to better display the dog, and have all these images and videos so that whoever adopting can view it. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with word, but can get a better can get a better image of what living with what living with Max will be like. We one of our stretch goals is having an in-app chat feature, but we unfortunately did not have enough time to implement that. So I think I spent way too much time just making sure that the UI looked really beautiful. Yeah, I spent too much time, and in the end, it's not really perfect. Some of the censoring is off and stuff, but and the state management is kind of funky because if you notice, if I select the second dog here, the first one will come up. However, if I select the first dog first and go back to the second dog, it will work. That's still kind of buggy. Unfortunately, I do not have time right now to debug it, and we definitely did not have enough time to debug it during the hackathon. And yeah, maybe during winter. And right now we are pulling all of the image from. We are using, what's it called, async image something for dog image, dog.image.url. Oh, yeah, async image, which mean every time you scroll to another page, it reloading the image instead of like loading all of the image into like an array and storing it inside of our a model or a view model and then rendering that. So it's only pulling the image once. What we're doing right now is that it's pulling the image every time we swipe to a new card, which is not very efficient. But it's just the time constraint that we were working with was not good. And if you notice under dog, all of these are non-optional, but this should be optional because all of these can be nil. And but to do that in Swift, you have to handle it. So if I just hit play right now, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of error. See? So now I have to do question mark. I think it's called like no coalescing or something. I forgot what the terminology is. But basically, what it checks for, what it does is it checks for if this is true or not, and then this, if it's not, then it's gonna go to render that instead. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of stuff that we could do better with this application, but due to time constraint, we were unable to meet that that goal. But anyways, let me go back to the front end, and let me go and download the front end, the back end, so you can set it up on your own computer and test it out. So let's go to React front end here. You can download it, you can clone it, whatever you like. I'm gonna clone it using terminal. Git clone, boom, and let's download the backend. Oh, that's the iOS app. Where's the backend? That is a very good point. I don't think we have I don't think we published the backend, but I'm gonna publish the backend. It's called backend 2, and you just clone this too. Git clone. Yeah. So we're gonna cd into the front end, React backend first, and then npm I to install all of the dependency, and cd into the front. It's called a front end. Plenty of all. Okay, so plenty with a capital P, npm I to install the dependency, and we're going to do. So the backend is a little bit tricky. The backend required you to have some environment variable. We're going to have that set up right now too. So the backend, we're going to open that up. Where was the code dot? Here we go. And what you're going to do is that you're going to make a new environment variable, env, and you're going to copy whatever in this package connects file here, and paste it in there. And I'll just make that back there. It's going to be running on 9000, so that's what the local front end is, I think, also running on, putting from. Let me check. Actually, I haven't checked this in a while. Source app.js. Okay. Let's try localhost. Go host. Okay, I think it's running on. I think it's putting directly from our .get. How do we do that? There we go. Yeah, it's getting. So right now our front end, or my GitHub repo, I replaced it to my deploy database. To if you do npm start right now, it should still work. It should work. Where we should have used environment variable for the front end, so that way we can we don't have to go find and replace every single one of them. But this is the front end. I built some of this. I built this page, and I built the home page. I mean, I didn't really spend a whole lot of time with it. I just spent I think I spent like 30 minutes just building this, the front, the home page, and the more information about dog page, because we were running very low on time. We have 2 other team members on our team, and unfortunately they didn't have any web development experience, so there was a lot of they learned a lot, and I learned a lot too. So in the sign up, this is where you sign up a new user. I'm gonna type in this is a new user. Hello world 124. Yeah, we didn't have any authentication at all. So not Ben, not Kyle. What is going on? Host, maybe? Dogs? Not Ben, sign up. Let's try it again. This is a new user. No password. 123, 123, 1234. Admin. Maybe I do have something actually in the back end. Go to admin user. Okay, so that didn't work. Let's go ahead and just move the front end to use our backend server locally. So that's so that worked. So we're gonna do sorry about this, by the way. Local. Okay, let's do .get. No. Let's just do this entire URL here. Again, this is not a good idea. We should probably use localhost or something. You should probably use an environment variable. But let's do HTTP semicolon localhost 9000. All right, let's just do ahead and replace all of it. Replace. Okay. So now we can run it locally. To run it locally, you need to have a few things set up on your computer. So if I refresh the page now, it should show me nothing, right? So let's go back to our backend. So let's do code dot again. In the backend, we set this up already, and we're going to replace this with our database name. So we're going to make a new database. Can call it. Come on. We're going to make a database called create database base p of p pop. Okay, so now there's a database called pop, and we're going to replace this database name with pop. And anytime you change the environment variable, you will have to restart the server for the backend. So npm run dev is going to be the script here because we're using nodemon, right? Okay, so now we have that. But unfortunately, if you go to your whatever database viewer program you have, like pgadmin or whatever, it will show nothing because we did not migrate the database. Okay, input from URL, boom, connect. You see, there's nothing in this table. There's in a table, there's nothing. So what we're going to do is do npm run migrate, and what that's going to do is run all of our migration. And now if you refresh it, you should have a bunch of tables. Now do npm run seed, and what that's going to do is that's going to pull everything inside of our data, or seed file, and populate our database with some mock data. Okay, now we do npm run dev, and that's going to start the server, and if I refresh this page, it should work. Now if I go to admin user, there's only 4 or 5 user, and we're just going to make a new user here. This is a new user. No pass. 111, 111, 111, and this is going to be admin. And I'm pretty sure that this is the post request to the backend. So let's go to auth router register. We're going to console log. Again, this is not the best practice, but here. And if we get to here, and we're going to console log out rec.body. I'm not sure what they call it, but let's just console log out the rec.body. Submit. Okay, so now we have, this is the new user, no pass, 1 2 3 4. Boom, boom, it's made. Let's go to admin user, and that is the new user. And you notice that the password is hashed. That is because we are using bcrypt. Again, it's been like 3 or 4 years, and I don't remember what hashing algorithm we use. But yeah, where's it at? Bcrypt. Bcrypt. Here we go. This is the login. This is comparing pgrim.hashsync. You can probably look it up and figure it out. But anyways, that's how it worked. Refresh this, it shows up in the database. But boom, remove this. It's a yeah, okay. So maybe some part of it is still not good. I don't think we were very short on time. I can probably get this fixed in like 2 seconds, but I'm not going to do that. But then again, there's a doc here. We were also going to implement like image upload for the dog too, but I don't think we definitely didn't have time, and I kind of just reused my old AWS account for this section here. So AWS, Amazon, AWS. I'm not sure if this is going to review any of my keys here. I don't want this to review my keys, but I'm going to sign into the console, sign in. Okay. But right now, I think some of the image is pulling from our AWS S3 bucket, but the majority of the image is pulling from images. The majority of the images is oh no, it's not even that. Okay, I guess I never really upload any of the image into our AWS account. Okay, but I could have done that. I wonder what I upload to my S3 account that is in here. But yeah. Anyways, if the image doesn't load, then it's probably one of these URL that is bad. Yeah. Anyway, what else do I gotta cover? But yeah, I could go on, but that should be enough for you to get it up and running. And setting up Postgres, depending on which computer you have, on Mac is pretty easy. You can go to Safari and look up PostgreSQL .app. There we go. Go to download and then just download that. But on Windows, I know it's an entire process, and you need to set the password, and you gotta go to the URL and where is it at? And adjust the password right here. So depending on what database you have, depend on what platform you're using, it can be different. But the gist of it should be very similar to what we do. And yeah, good night, goodbye. Oh yeah, we also did some research, for market research, to see if there is a competitor for this app, and we find that there is a lot of competitor for this app. But we still did it anyway because we still want to make that we thought that we could do better than them. We thought that we can do things differently, and yeah. Probably should re-record this.